when your mother is under attack? Stand up, fight back! What do you do when the water is under attack? Stand up, fight back! Woo! It doesn't matter what Trump does. Because in the end, we are going to still be standing. In the end, no matter what he tries to put through up there on the hill, we are going to overturn it. You have to have faith. Because we've been standing for over 500 years. Everything they've thrown at us, everything that they've done to us, and we're still standing. We're gearing up right now for the zombie pipeline, I like to call it, Keystone XL. Cheyenne River Sioux Reservation, where I come from right now, we have 4 water fights. Dakota Access Pipeline, Keystone XL Pipeline, uranium bore mining, and the Dewey Burdock uranium mine, which is in our sacred Hassapa. None of them are going to succeed. Not one of them is going to succeed. So I welcome you all to Cheyenne River. Come to the Powwow Grounds. Come and visit with us, talk with us, pray with us. I welcome you to our homeland. And I thank our relatives for inviting us here on their homeland. Mitaka Oyasni. Mituichoni!
Come on, make some noise! Make some noise! I want us to take a moment here. I already said it once, but we can't ever forget the sacrifices of our water protectors all across this planet. Dakota Access is just one pipeline. There's numerous pipelines. There's numerous mines. There's numerous attempts to extract fossil fuels from our Mother Earth, and people are standing up and waking up and saying no. So I want us to make some noise for all our relatives who can't be here at this moment, all our relatives who are putting their lives on the line, their land on the line, their water on the line for the benefit of all of us. So make some noise for our water protectors. I'm going to ask my brother, come on up. Our fight and our struggle is happening all across Mother Earth. And in my travels, I've had this beautiful experience to meet a lot of our relatives in the north, up in the Arctic, in the cold regions, where the effects of climate change are affecting their peoples and their lands at a greater pace than we can ever believe down here. So I'm going to ask my relative here, I want you to give a round of applause for Julian Jacobs, a relative from Alaska.
My name is Julian Jacobs. I'm from a place called Mamtaitlak. It means people of the smokehouse. We've been there for a long time. We know how to watch. Our life is dependent on the ocean, on the tundra. All the things that we possibly need to protect is being taken away from us through climate change. And the Chukchi Sea that needs to be protected. All the way to our seals, our water creatures, everything that we have has been changed. It changed in a way that we no longer can recognize in our own language what it means to have snow, to have ice, to have things that was so pertinent to what we can eat that no longer we can say these in our own language. So when I look at, we're in protection for the refuge, for Anwar, for our ocean, for everything. We need to stand back. We need to stand up. We need to sit down. We need to think. But we also need to do everything that we possibly can. I've thought about this all day. What to say? How can I represent my people, my Yupik and Inupiaq people, who live off whales, we live off seals, we live off salmon, things that people can no longer even eat. We're scared. The Arctic is collapsing, but I want to collapse this motherfucker's dreams.
That's what's up. That's what's up. He it a 5. Like, you went to a 15, like that. I'm gonna ask relative Jordan. Where's Jordan at? Come on up. All right, our sister here, Jordan, is a part of a coalition of folks here in D.C. that have been working on divestment, and that's a critical part of this fight against Dakota Access Pipeline. We're seeing is this, we're waking up to our power as people. We're waking up to our economic power as people, and we're exerting that. And our relatives here in D.C. have been throwing down in this divestment campaign, not only against Dakota Access, but other pipeline structures. So I want to give a hands up to Jordan Marie Daniel here.
Hello, my relatives. How are you? So good to see your faces, and thank you so much for traveling wherever you came from to be here for this amazing week of action and for the People's Climate March. So I'm the founder of Rising Hearts Coalition based here in DC. We are a women Indigenous-led organizing group here to represent the Indigenous issues that are happening across Indian country, because decisions are made for us and not with us, and I want to change that. And I have an amazing group, friends, family that are part of this coalition that have joined in this effort with me to continue to generate awareness of the Indigenous rights movement, what's happening, and what happened at Standing Rock, and continue that movement and keep that momentum going, to keep organizing across the country as well as here in DC, because I guarantee you a majority of all these fights that are happening in Indian country are going to end right here in the courts in Washington, D.C., and we need to make sure that we have representation here and that the Indigenous voice is heard. So one of my members right here is Debbie.
Hey everyone.
So right now Rising Hearts has 8 members, but we're really fighting to protect Indigenous rights. Not only do we see that as crucially important, but protecting human rights as well, and continuing the unity and solidarity here across the country. And what happened in Standing Rock, that really awakened many people to what is going on, and I think they not only saw what was happening to Indigenous people that has been happening for 500 plus years, but they saw that their rights are at risk too. And what President Trump is doing by signing these executive orders, these memorandums, with just a flick of the wrist of signing our rights away, it's time for us to unite as people and to really hold our government accountable and make them work for us, and it's not the other way around. It's the people that need to be put first. So anyways, I just want to say thank you, Wopila Tonka. Many thanks for you all being here, and let's get the music going and let's get dancing.